Hey guys, my name is Rob Noire and welcome back to Slime Rancher. So it's been a very long time since this game has been on the channel, and a lot has changed in that time. So while I do like a little harvest here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So this was a game that I had played, oh wow, maybe I don't need to do a harvest, I don't know. This was a game that I had played a long time ago on the channel when it was in early access, only available on Steam, and I loved the game. I played it not a ton, but I did play a decent amount. I think I did 18 episodes, which is, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk. That's longer than most my games make, right? 18 episodes. And I love this game. It's very interesting, very unique. You're not going to find anything else quite like it. And in the, I guess, about a year since I've played this game, it has left early access and been released as a full game on multiple platforms. Now, if you have an Xbox One, or if you have, I think maybe it's just Xbox One, I don't know if they put it on PS4, but if you have a computer or you have Xbox One, you can play this game in all its glory, full game, full release, bugs worked out to the best of my knowledge, and it's just awesome that this really cool game from way back in the day is now a fully formed being. And so, the main reason why I had stopped this game way back in the day, and it wasn't because I didn't like it or anything like that, it was honestly because I started this game way back at the beginning of the channel. Like, when this channel was under a month old, I think I was playing this game. And back then, I had the shittiest fucking recording setup that you could possibly have. Like, I really did. Like, I would record off of the same computer that I would play on, and that computer was a Macintosh laptop. Macs suck for gaming, as you probably know, and recording off of the same computer you're on is difficult if you don't have a very powerful computer. I was using a laptop, which was a Mac, so it was all around just a terrible kind of situation, and every time I would record this game, I would have issues. The game capture would stop recording in the middle, the sound would cut out, randomly I would be missing frames, missing like 2 minutes in the middle of a fucking recording session that I then had to kind of work around and figure out, and it was just a bad time. And this is such a fun game, and really, there was nothing I could do because my save file was on this computer, and the only other computer that I had, I mean, it would work, but I don't know, it just didn't feel like the right option to switch to that computer to play this game, so I just put a halt to it. I didn't play it for a while, close to a year, I guess, and now the game has a full release, and what you're seeing here right now is not my old game. What you're seeing here right now is actually the Xbox One version. Because I have an Xbox One, it's way easier to record off of than the computer that I'm recording on, and it's the exact same game. It's a full release. And I was very nervous and tentative when I first went into this, not sure how it would turn out. And to be honest, the game plays really fucking good. It plays better than it did back in the day. This could just be because of the advancements. This could be because they really optimized it well. I don't know, but it really plays great, and I've been having a blast. So this farm you're looking at is not the same farm that I had back in the day, but I have done my absolute best to recreate this farm, note for note, to the one I had back in the old playthrough in the old episodes. The only thing that has really changed is some of my trees. For example, this is now a mint lemon tree, I think it's called. Phase lemon. It's a phase lemon tree. That's here. This is a mint mango. That's obviously new. I don't know if I had actually found a place to put my quantum slimes at the time. Now I have. And for these guys here, I broke my rule, and I did crossbreed slimes. I mixed pink with boom slimes. And the reason is, these guys are so isolated, and I needed so many pink plorts for my fucking slime science that it was just, I had absolutely no choice. Other than that, though, the slime is literally like a one-to-one recreation with maybe a few of the random things moved around. Like, see, it's still got the 3 silos, it's still got the fucking things of chickens up here. These here, which I did find in the last episode, these glowing lights, they apparently do nothing. They're just decorations. So I had 2, I found that out, I just dropped them here. And all my corrals for slimes in the main area, it's the exact same as it was. Some of them are eating a little bit of different shit, but it's literally about as close to a recreation as you could possibly get. And this took me over a month. Like, I was working on this game file back when I was playing Breath of the Wild. When I'd get bored of Breath of the Wild, I'd jump in for like a harvest, do some shit, and then jump back. Like, this was not a short thing, recreating the farm that I had been building for close to a year. But because the game has advanced, and like good advancements, and they've done so much good work, it was very enjoyable and very smooth to do. One of the new things you might notice is that there are slime lamps here now everywhere. I got the blueprints, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make them. I moved the slime ball hoop from here to way down there. I can go over that a little bit more next time I gotta go down there. That's pretty much it though. All of these corrals are the exact same. A few of them have an extra like shading on them just because I want to prepare for the future where I think there's gonna be more slimes that need the darkness, because they have added new slimes. I don't know what this one is, I don't know what this one is, don't know what that one is, and don't know what that one is. That's 4 new slimes that I have no idea what they are. And that might be a bit of a problem because I'm out of space for corrals, obviously, as you have seen. Although, they've also added new ranch expansions. So what we're going to be doing in this episode, guys, it's not going to be exploring that much new. It's just going to be kind of exploring what has changed from back when I used to play, and probably getting the new ranch expansions and just kind of showing you guys around those. So the first thing that's new, I put the slime stage here. I don't know if that was where it was before. And my slime pod decorations are over there. The first thing that is new is obviously they've added a little bit of a story to this game. And I say little bit as in not much has changed. The only thing really as far as a story that has changed is the old guy who used to run the ranch before you now leaves these. It's, hello, Beatrix, my name's Hobson Twilders, rancher, explorer, and former owner of the ranch. He leaves messages in all the little areas that you can go to in the map. And you can actually access the map by pressing this. See, this is everything that I've explored. I haven't explored actually up here, so I don't know. Oh, there's probably winter slimes. But this is what I've explored so far. And it's cool that you can actually see the map, and they kind of show you a few things that are on the map. How the fuck do I get out of here? Okay. And of course there's the invention mode, which had just come out the last time I filmed an episode, which I have been using, the slime science, but I've pretty much done everything I need to do with slime science. But as I was saying, there's a story in that there are now messages left in the game about the former rancher who left them for you, and apparently he was in love with someone. Like, he came out here to get away from life, and he ended up falling in love with another rancher. That's the main story. And for you, that is now you. When you go in your house, you see yourself, and you also get emails from people you used to know back on Earth. For example, this is Casey Neistat emailing me some stuff. Hi B, do you remember New Year's Eve when we were looking for that party? While we were wandering around the city lost, I got my bearings and I didn't tell you because I knew we were close to that coffee shop run by that tyrant. So basically, it's just, I'm not sure if it's your friend or your former boyfriend or what, but it's just somebody you used to know. I think it's your former boyfriend, and he's emailing you because he misses you. Don't know why you ran away from him or anything. I'm assuming that's probably a big thing. And another cool thing about this game, by the way, is that you are a girl, and you are always a girl. It's not like you get to choose. This is your character. And it's something that I guess I've kind of taken for granted. So many games have you just play as like a guy, and that's just your default. I can't remember ever playing a game where your default is a girl. And it's cool. It's like, why not? Like, I have zero problems with it. It's one of those things, not like necessarily like an issue or even like an inequality thing, maybe. It's just one of those things that made me kind of go like, huh, yeah, that's not really a thing, huh? But yeah, so that's your character. She looks interesting. I mean, it's the only human character I'm expecting you really are going to see. There's also something called the Corporation Rewards, where if you buy it, they upgrade stuff around your place. Like, I'll buy that one. Chroma Station? I don't know what those do. But if I go out here now, they've upgraded my porch. See how it's got, like, some shit? How it's got, like, some walls? That's new. Oh, and it's got, like, this. I don't think that was there before. But that's completely new. I'm trying to think of what else is new. They've kind of revamped this here, where now you get to choose who you want to talk to. And they have, like, a little character sprite there. It's 2D. And he wants this. He wants 3 tabbies, 2 phosphors. I can give him that. That's actually not that bad. But they've revamped that system a bit. They've also revamped the feeding tubes, where now you put it in and it has 3 speeds. See here how there's a turtle and a rabbit? It's on medium speed. That's for depending on how many slimes you have in there. If you only have a couple, like 5, you can put it on slow. If you have a lot, like 15, you got to put it on much faster. Was it 2 and 2? I don't know. I've been talking. It kind of distracts you. But, so basically, yeah, they've revamped all that. They've also revamped the crops. Oh, it was 3 tabbies. Alright. They've also revamped how the crops work. If you remember back in the day, the crops, you would put it in and it would have a timer, and it would run out after a certain period. Now, it no longer runs out. The tree just lives there forever until you decide to remove it. Which I feel is really, that's how it should be. Like, why would your trees die? You know what I mean? Like, they did... I like that. Like, they did a very... That was a good call, changing that. That's what I would have to say, is... I feel like that was a very good call. They've also modified slime behaviors a bit, and... I don't know, there's been a lot of little tweaks. Overall, the game doesn't feel that different from when I used to play it. I will say, like, the drop rate of, like, vegetables and stuff is improved, of plorts is improved, of everything has been kind of tweaked. And the game has just really been optimized in a really good way. And I don't know, I liked this game back then, I like it even more now, and it's awesome that I can play it on my Xbox, where I don't have to worry about any issues, and it just all runs smoothly. Okay, so I know I said we were gonna do a bunch of new stuff, like open up a bunch of new stuff in this episode, but I noticed that it's actually time for like a full harvest. And you guys, I mean, it's been a while. Who knows? Maybe you don't even know this game. Maybe you haven't even seen my setup, my areas. So I'm just going to kind of take you through all my areas. And I think that's going to be the episode. Next one, we'll kick it off buying some new stuff and doing some new stuff. So this one, I'm just going to kind of show you my setup and maybe talk a little bit more about the game. Because I haven't played it in a long time. You might not have played it ever. You might not know a lot about it. So why not kind of in this return to the series for however long this return lasts. I do plan on completing this game, assuming there is some kind of end. So however long this return lasts, but might as well kind of brush me up on what this game's all about. So this is a really interesting take on like the farming simulator. Like we've all played those kind of games like Stardew Valley or games along those lines. These guys, by the way, I have a shit ton of pink slimes. It's on fast mode, and I just feed them everything I can get my hands on, because I need so many pink plorts for the fucking slime science. So that's the deal with that. But this is a very interesting take on, like, the modern farming simulator, in that it's first person, which already is very different than most farming-type games. And basically, you're farming these kind of little disaster monsters. They're all very cute and adorable, and they're nice, and they're not trying to hurt you. You're on an alien world, and you're basically you're farming these guys. You feed them, and they shit out things called plorts, which are basically these crystals that are very high in value and that you can make shit with. Like, they're very coveted on Earth, and that's, like, the main thing you're trying to do, is just harvest as many plorts as you possibly can, send them back to Earth, and then you're pretty much good to go. And it's just very unique, very interesting. It has a lot of very cool mechanics. Like, for example, each different kind of slime has a type of food that they like, and they'll only eat specific types of food. Like, some slimes will only eat vegetables, some only eat fruit, some only eat meat. And if you feed them their favorite food, when they eat it, they shit out 2 instead of 1. And so obviously you're trying to find this great midway point between the amount of slimes you can have in one corral and still keep them well fed so that they produce. And you also want to be feeding them their favorite foods whenever possible so that they double produce. And it's just this really interesting kind of balance back and forth. And I will say that if you have 10 slimes per corral, which I have, usually it's hard to produce enough food from just one farming square. It's usually very difficult. It can be done, but if you have a rare food, like this for example is an odd onion, which you feed to one of the best slimes in the game, but it grows only about half the farming spot. It usually also grows with carrots, which are super low, useless kind of food. So you gotta kind of figure out what works really the best. And you're just trying to maximize your plort collection. And obviously all these pens, corrals for your slimes have different upgrades, higher walls, the ceilings so that they can't just jump out, these things that automatically collect their shit so that you don't have to jump in. It's just a very interesting, well done game. And I really appreciate the design, and it's a lot of fun. You have to be into that kind of grow your own, build your own thing. Even this version of the game, which is no longer the early access, which is the full release, it is still very much you decide what you want to do, you do your own thing, and you kind of go from there. They guide you along, like there's different things that you want to do, that you want to accomplish and everything, but generally speaking, you just kind of do your own thing, you build your own thing, and you just advance like that. And slowly along the way, you unlock stuff and hit new milestones. And then over here is slime science, where you're able to build shit that you can use on your farm. These guys, by the way, are quantum slimes. I don't have as many, because when they get angry, you see how there's like these shadow ghosts outside? Those are just projections, but if they get angry, they can actually teleport to where those projections are. And they seem to get angry a lot for no reason. So it's just, I don't want to really fill them up. Don't want to risk it. This is where the slime science is. You gotta fill this thing with plorts and other materials in order to build more shit. That's like the lamps, that's like the everything. I'm just covering all the bases here, explaining everything about the game as we get back into it. This is something you can build. When these guys get angry and they're starting to teleport, if you douse them with water, it will stop them. This is a hydro turret. I was hoping it would work on them, but in the end, it only works on like the black demon slimes. So unfortunately, that didn't really work. And these guys, their favorite food, by the way, is these lemons. Mint lemons, phase lemons, whatever the fuck they're called. Which I did not have in the last episode, I remember, but I found them in that area. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna plant these, start feeding them. And you guys are not fucking eating as much as you need to be eating, man. I can't put it on fast, I can't put it on slow distribution of the fucking lemons, else they're all gonna freak out again. Fuck. Then over here, I have teleporters to make things easier for me to harvest my stuff for slime science. Like, you build these, which give you special materials that are only used in slime science. There's 3 different kinds. There's drills, extractors, and apiaries, and they all have their own special areas that you gotta set them up to get all the special items. And so, like that orange one, I would only get that if I set this guy up in this area. It can't be set up near the slime science hut. So that's it. I have portals that allow me to teleport really close to these things, harvest it, jump back in, and I just pump these into here when I get back, and then go to the next one. And they last for 3 harvests, so you gotta keep remaking those, and that's why I need all those plorts, because you're remaking with plorts. Then here's the second one. This is a glitch I've noticed. This thing doesn't make any sound right after you teleport through the portal. That's a glitch. A minor one, but it is something. But it's honestly the only issue I've noticed in the game so far. And I will say as well that this is an Xbox One X enhanced game, which means you can run this in 4K. Maybe even 4K 60, at least 4K 30. I'm not playing it on the Xbox One X right now because I need to be able to record it, and I can't record 4K. It's just barely come out, the ability to record 4K. See, these fucking things, they fly everywhere. Like, that guy's on my roof. It's annoying, man. They're annoying slimes to harvest, but at least their fucking shit is worth a lot of money. And so this is the final area where I have extractors set up. This one's a drill. Again, it hasn't gotten it yet, but there's special shit that it can only get if you have it set up in this area. And apparently there's one more area in the game where all the extractors will get another secret item, different from the one that they get here. And I do have the ability to make one more portal, so I'm good. I'll just set up a portal there, set up all the extractors, maybe set up things that let me deposit remotely into the hub there, and then we'll be good to go. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have to show in this episode. It was mostly just a catching up harvest type episode, which, considering it's been a year since I've played and this is the full release, makes sense. I've literally caught up to everything where I was in the previous game, though. So there shouldn't be anything that I have to redo as far as I know. I have the treasure cracker. There's a few things where, like, they're random, just... Oh, Jesus, I hate harvesting these. You can't put up an extractor. There are like treasure pods throughout the world that you have to open. I haven't opened all the same ones that I had opened back in the day, but that's very minor. I'll just open them as I come to them. So yeah, guys, that's where I'm going to end this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed a look at the new ranch, the new Slime Rancher, the catching up. Honestly, there's not a ton different from the early access version. It's just kind of been optimized. Although I do notice on the Xbox version, the probably biggest issue or only real issue I ever face is it does have a pretty uneven frame rate when there's a lot of shit going on. I mean, it's probably just that it's such a powerful game. Maybe on the Xbox One X you don't have this issue, but you do on the regular. But, to be fair, I also 100% had this issue on the original game as well. So yeah, guys, that's where I'm ending this one. In the next one, we'll get into all new stuff. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Hey guys, my name is Rob Noire, and welcome back to Slime Rancher. So in the last episode, I teased a little bit about what I was going to do, what was going to happen. But I ended up needing to do a couple episodes, and I was looking at, hey, what's actually good and fun that I would enjoy playing, and last night